Today we have Scotland Boys Club, Michael, the coach, Ben and Fraser, who will be taking part in this year's Newcastle International Summer Cup. Ahead of your first appearance at the tournament, how are you boys feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to play new players.
Feeling good and excited to play in a different country against different players. I'm excited to stay in the hotel with the boys.
That's good. So what are each of you looking forward to the most at this year's Newcastle Cup?
I'm looking forward to just playing football and having 2 nights away with my squad.
I'm looking forward to playing loads of football and hopefully having loads of fun.
Sounds good. So is this your first trip away as a team?
Yeah, it's my first trip away.
Yes, my first trip.
So how do you think training's gone for the trip? Are you preparing now for it, or are you still training as normal and then going to get really into it as the weeks come on?
I think we're going to work really hard in training so we're peak when we're in Newcastle.
Yes, I think we're going to have to work extra hard in training to get prepared for Newcastle.
And for Michael, what do you look for from a tournament like this in terms of developing your players? Is it the technique and the ability, or is it just rather than the result, or is there anything else that you're looking for?
I think it's probably a combination of things. I think, as the boys have said, it's an opportunity to play, first of all, in a different environment. The facilities look first class, so I think the boys will love playing on those pitches. And as they've touched on, it's an opportunity for them to go away as a squad for the first time, spend a couple of nights together, and they'll probably benefit from that when they come back from the event.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing, I think, is just the experience of it all. I remember playing in competitions away from home when I was younger, and you still talk about them sort of 25 years later. So hopefully the boys will be the same. As I say, it's an opportunity for them to go down there and showcase how good they are.
Yeah, that sounds good. How can you see the tournament benefiting your team for the future?
I think when we're down in Newcastle, we're going to learn a lot playing football, and we're also going to see what we're up against.
I think it'll give us a really good experience, and I think it'll give us memories to build on.
The one thing as well, obviously they're going to be playing against teams from different countries, which they'll never experienced before. They play at a good standard in Glasgow, but getting to play against teams from England, getting to play against teams from Northern Ireland, and I think you mentioned to us, Tegan, there's going to be teams there from America and from Algeria. Yeah. So, no doubt they'll have slightly different styles of play, and it'll be interesting to see how the boys fare against them.
Is there anything in particular that you have worked on in terms of, you mentioned the unknown competition that you're going to be facing? Is there anything in terms of training or things that you've done specifically to combat these challenges that you might not have came up against before?
Yeah, I think at the moment there's a lot of passing, moving, making sure the boys are lifting their heads. Obviously, they've went from 5-a-sides to 7-a-sides, and they've made that transition, really quite seamlessly so far. But there is still a lot for them to work on ahead of Newcastle. Specifically the positions they take up, as they try and move the ball out from defence. Mm-hmm. So making sure they're all in the right positions to make it as easy as possible to get the ball out of defence and up the pitch. And over the coming weeks, we'll probably be spending a little bit of time at the other end of the pitch, to make sure that they're putting the right pressure on the defence when they're trying to get out to make it as hard as possible for them. So a lot of work to do between now and July, but I'm sure the boys are going to be ready.
And for you boys, what would you say your strengths are as players?
I think I'm like keeping my right foot and going for
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I think I'm good at going forwards and putting some balls in, communication too.
Yeah, I think Frazel's the one that shouts and demands from the team all the time. So he's definitely the voice in the team, and Ben is very powerful in the middle of the pitch. So, but there's another 7 boys, 8 boys around him who are all equally as good, which I think is one of our biggest strengths, is the fact that as a team, they're very, very strong. So.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that for you boys, what do you think your main strengths are as a team?
I think we're very good at passing, lifting the heads, and just seeing what our options are around us. We're always looking for a pass.
I think we're always good at getting shots away. We're not afraid to shoot. I think we're really clinical as well. Score lots of goals.
Like that.
And the one thing I would add to that is probably lots of the boys can play in several different positions, and that helps. With rotating and giving the boys the chance to experience how to play the game from a different perspective. So that's encouraging for them.
Yeah, that sounds good. For you, Michael, how beneficial do you think it will be having this experience of being away from home as a team for both the players and on and off the pitch?
I think it'll be fantastic. Part of their objective when we're working with the group of boys is, of course, football's the main objective, but we want them just to grow as boys into, be more confident. We want them to take responsibility. We want them to work as a team. We want them to be encouraging of each other. So those are strengths and skills or behaviours, however you want to describe them, that they carry into school. Hopefully, that they behave in that way in their house with their families or their brothers or their sisters. So football is the main objective, but the behaviours that hopefully we're developing means that they do carry them on the pitch, but they also behave that way off the pitch. And obviously, it's an opportunity for the parents to spend a couple of days together, because as much as the parents see each other for a couple of hours per week, it tends to be an hour on a Thursday night at training, an hour on a Friday night at training, a Saturday morning, a Sunday morning. But as parents, we don't really get the chance to spend 2 days together, and so it's an opportunity for the boys to bond, of course, but also an opportunity for the parents to spend some quality time together, and hopefully we get some good results along the way.
Yeah, that was a really good answer. For you boys, Ben and Fraser, is there any final thoughts that you want to say going into the tournament this summer?
Not really for me. I just hope we have a fun time there and we play some good football.
I think we're going down there and get confidence, and we want to win the trophy.
That sounds good. Well, boys, best of luck. I really hope that you do well. Do Scotland proud when you're down there.
Thank you, Tegan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tegan, and hopefully we'll see you in Newcastle.
Hopefully see you there.